Hey, good morning. My name is Lieutenant General Jason Hines. I'm the Deputy Commander of U.S. Air Forces in Europe and Air Forces in Africa. I'd like to start off by thanking the media for a couple of things. One, thank you for participating in the Media Day for Atlantic Trident 2025. It means a lot to us. The second part is it means a lot to us that you're willing and willing to partner with us to help tell our collective air power story amongst the four nations. This is an important event for us, and I'm glad that you're here to help augment what we've done over the last couple of weeks and what we're planning to do over the next couple of years, as you heard from General Harrinan. First and foremost, I want to thank the Finnish Defence Force for hosting us in Atlantic Trident 2025. It's an exercise series that started way back in 2016, and it was originally just based on the U.S., the Royal Air Force, and then the French Air and Space Force alone, based on the need that we saw to be able to integrate 4th and 5th gen air power, specifically here into the European theater, as we started to bring in the first F-35s into RAF Lakenheath in the United Kingdom. So it was a trilateral exercise that we were focusing primarily on just the interoperability between those three nations. But I'll be honest with you, I'm grateful and thankful for the Finnish Air Force for stepping up and hosting as our first nation to do so outside of one of the three nations that founded the Frukis enterprise. What's been obvious to me over the last, call it, year or so of planning this event is that the Finnish Air Force has gone all in, if you will, to support Atlantic Trident to make it as successful as it has been. It's clear from their most senior leadership, from their Air Force chief, their Air Force commander, all the way down towards the young airmen that we watched today practicing airfield damage repair, launching airplanes, hot pit refueling. It's impressive from top to bottom. The entire Finnish Air Force has jumped in to make sure that the exercise was a success. So thank you to that. That's obviously a commitment to the defense of the alliance, and Finland has clearly been, since 2 years ago as joining NATO, one of the most impressive role models for all of us to watch. Their unwavering commitment to the alliance and their leadership of the European enterprise has been impressive, so thank you. We're clearly trying to integrate both on the ground and the air this time. In the previous iterations of Atlantic Trident, we've primarily focused on the readiness of the air crew to make sure that they're ready to deter, and if deterrence failed, to be able to ensure dominance in the skies in the European theater. But this year, Finland provided us with the opportunity to train and respond in a realistic scenario in defense of the high north. So together we advanced our Air Force's ability to integrate across the countries, all four of them, clearly the different services that were participating, from Army forces to Air Force forces, in some cases Space forces, and then in multiple different types of platforms, as you heard us talk about. In addition to the aircraft operations that have typically been the core of this enterprise and the exercise, we tested different functions, sustainment opportunities, logistics, command and control, intelligence sharing, and information operations as well. All those are essential for any type of combined operation to be successful. Our airmen work together on the ground conducting hot pit refueling. That means refueling an airplane while its engines are running. And the great part about this is we refueled each other's airplanes, not just your own airplane. That's a first for some of us in this exercise as well. That allows us to get airplanes on the ground, refuel them, and then launch them back into the sky as fast as we can, returning them to operations. We also refueled in the air using the US KC-135s over the skies of Finland. And the teams performed rapid runway repair using real explosives and then real kit on real timelines. And we made it we integrated that into the exercise to a scenario where if there was some damage done on a part of the exercise training area, we replicated that the entire runway was down until the rapid airfield damage repair kit was in place, and then the four nations were able to repair that one spot, and then when it was done, then we opened up the airfield again to current operations. So that made it more realistic, more than we've ever done that before. What I guarantee you for our airmen in the U.S. Air Force is they're going to return more prepared to be able to defeat any threats based on the training that they received here. But as you heard General Harrinan speak about, this exercise was solely focused on readiness, and that's readiness to win the high-end fight. And the partnerships, the teamwork, and the information sharing were critical components to the exercise. And that was one of the hearts, if you will, of the Atlantic Trident, and that's the challenging scenario that the team put together over the last year and that were executed over the last 2 weeks amongst our forces. So the airmen adapted to different types of threats. They launched combat air power from unfamiliar locations on a moment's notice, and they were ready to either defend the skies from any type of an adversary that might have entered the airspace. I was really impressed by the commitment and the dedication of all of our forces amongst the four nations, and I'm looking forward to what the next exercise is going to bring us in a couple of years. All of you know that the U.S. Air Force, our mission is to fly, fight, and win. We provide air power anytime, anywhere. And what I was grateful for from this exercise is Atlantic Trident provided us that opportunity to do so alongside of our allies and partners here in the high north. That demonstrates a commitment from the U.S. toward the alliance, and it demonstrates a commitment from all four of the allies to how important defense of the Euro-Atlantic really is. I'd like to close with a couple of thoughts about what it means for our airmen on the line. Airmen from our four nations, they were training together, they were learning together, all in peacetime. They were developing trust across the alliance at the unit level down to the individual level. What I saw out of them was not only competence, but I saw a significant amount of confidence today. And that confidence was backed up by their readiness, their interoperability, and clearly their ability to demonstrate lethal forces. So Atlantic Trident 2025, it advanced our deterrence, and it demonstrated that if deterrence fails, the four nations representing here today, we are ready to win decisively if required. I want to thank General Harrinan for his hospitality. His Air Force has been nothing more but welcoming, and they're a great ally for us to work with. Clearly, we couldn't have done this as well without the French Air and Space Force or the Royal Air Force. Clearly, we've been doing these exercises with them since 2016, and I'm grateful for their continued partnership.